I'm gonna be showing you guys 2 totally delicious casseroles that are vegan, gluten-free, plant-based, very delicious, super simple to make. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe below if you're not already, and let's get right into it. We're making a mango chickpea curry casserole. That is a bit of a mouthful, figuratively, but also very literally. It is a delicious mouthful. We are using fresh summer mangoes, and oh my gosh, if you were ever a fan of mango chicken before becoming plant-based, like myself, you're gonna absolutely love this dish. It smells and tastes and is just so reminiscent of mango chicken, but we've fused it together in a casserole form with chickpeas to be our plant-based protein. It is so simple to whip up, you guys. It takes hardly any prep time at all. You just pop it in the oven and walk away. Come back an hour later to the most delicious, savory, creamy, textural, satisfying Indian casserole you've ever tried. So let's make it. Oh, and did I mention 26 grams of protein per serving? You're welcome. 10 healthy, whole food, plant-based ingredients are all you need to make this absolutely delicious mango chickpea curry casserole. Let's get started by preparing our mangoes, arguably the most delicious ingredient in this whole recipe. Now, I may not be cutting them like you cut them. I might be doing this totally wrong, but this is how I prepare my mangoes. I like to cut off the sides, then the edges, and then I like to kind of square up and cube up the mango flesh just with a knife, and then I scoop it out with a spoon into a bowl. And in this case, we're going to be scooping it out into like a blender jug. I'm using the one that comes with my handheld blender. And then we're just going to puree it up into a puree. Mix a little bit of water into it till you get about 1.5 cups of that mango puree. Then we're going to pour that into a small saucepan, followed by a can of coconut milk for delicious, creamy, coconutty flavor, plus 1.5 cups of tomato sauce, just to add some richness and depth of flavor, plus 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and soy sauce for acidity, tang, savoriness, and umami. Then we're just gonna add a handful of delicious Indian spices, and then I just use my microplaner to finely plane a few cloves of garlic and some ginger, but if you wanna just finely mince them up, that is a-okay as well. Now we're just going to take that pot over to the stove. We're gonna mix it up, whisk it until it's well combined. We're gonna heat it for about 10 minutes or so until it is nice and simmering. While that's simmering, you can go ahead and cube up your second mango plus your bell pepper. Then you're just going to transfer those to a casserole dish. I'm using a 9x13 dish. And then for a ton of extra plant-based protein, we're adding in some cooked chickpeas. You can use canned or you can cook them yourself. Then we're gonna add some rinsed jasmine rice. I love jasmine rice because it is so fluffy and delicious. And then we're gonna take that warm, delicious simmering sauce and we're gonna pour it right over all those ingredients, and we're just going to stir it up until everything is well combined and all of the rice has been submerged in the cooking liquid. Cover that with foil, and then you're just gonna bake that for an hour. Easy peasy. When it's done, it should come out looking something like this. It'll be so nice and thick and saucy and creamy, and oh my gosh, it smells so delicious. The smell of this truly does remind me of like mango chicken that I used to order at Indian restaurants. It is just so flippin' good. You are missing out on nothing here. The texture is amazing. The chickpeas make this so satisfying, filling, it's hearty. This is truly a perfect weeknight meal that the whole family will love. Serve it up with some crusty buttered bread or roti or naan or a pita bread and enjoy. This is gonna be one of your new favorite casserole dishes that you will enjoy this summer, I promise. If you love Mexican food, I think you're gonna really like this casserole. We're making a Mexican-inspired and totally veggie-packed black bean enchilada casserole. She's got layers of veggies and beans and quinoa and corn tortillas with a little cheesy topping. Ooh, it is so good. Very filling. 16 grams of protein per serving. We've got just so many good things going on here. Let me show you how to make it. Alrighty people, black bean enchilada casserole. This also happens to be another 10 ingredient recipe. Don't know how I did that, but I did, and not gonna lie, I'm kind of proud of that. So we're going to start by chopping up our veggies. We're gonna cube up a couple bell peppers, and we're going to mince up some green onions, and we're going to carefully chop up a few jalapeños. Make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly after getting rid of all those seeds if you don't like them spicy. Then you're gonna grab yourself a handful of small corn tortillas, and you're going to cut them into about 1.5 inch thick slices. You can also use regular sized tortillas or any other tortilla that you like. Hopping over to the stove, we're going to heat up a large saucepan. We're going to add to that pan some cooked quinoa, those chopped jalapeños and bell peppers, and some spices. We've got cumin, onion powder, and garlic powder just for extra flavor. And we're just going to stir that all up for a a second to get all the spices coating all the veggies. Then we're going to add in a little bit of salsa. This is just going to add extra flavor and moisture, and it's going to be so very, very delicious. Once that's heated through for about 3 to 4 minutes, we're going to add some canned black beans and some frozen corn and the juice of 1 large lime or 2 small limes. I happen to have a couple small limes. This is just going to add extra acidity, a little bit of extra flavor, and zip. Then you're going to lightly oil a casserole dish, and we're going to add about a half a cup of our tomato sauce to the bottom. We're going to add a layer of those corn tortilla strips, followed by a layer of our filling. I suggest using about a third of your filling for each layer. Then we're going to follow it up with another layer of tomato sauce, another layer of corn tortillas, and repeat and repeat. Another layer of the filling, sauce, tortillas, basically until you run out of everything. You're gonna get about 3 layers of each if you're following the recipe as written. Once you have your final layer of the filling on top and the final layer of the tortilla strips, then you're gonna add about a cup to maybe a cup and a half of your favorite vegan cheese shreds. I'm using Daya's because they are, oh my gosh, so good. The Mexican blend is so good. Pop that in the oven to bake for about 40 minutes until the cheese is nice and melty. The tortillas have gotten a little bit crisp around the edges, and it's just gonna smell so flippin' good. I recommend garnishing your casserole with some chopped green onion. Feel free to serve it up with a lime wedge. You can serve it up with some salsa or plant-based sour cream. I didn't have any sour cream, but that would have been delicious. Some sliced avocado on top would be amazing as well. This is truly so filling. It's so hearty. The black beans just make it, oh my gosh, so satisfying. There's so much flavor here. You guys are absolutely going to love this casserole. If casseroles are your love language, then I suggest you watch this video right up here. It is my most popular casseroles video on the channel. We've got 3 more delicious dump and bake casseroles for you to check out. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I love you. See you in the next one. Mwah!